Growing up in Bluff was real good because we were so close to all the seafood that we could get. Whitebait was there, the crayfish, the oysters, pawas, kina, and it was easy to get from down the beach. Kia mana tātou na miyaki a koutou whānau, tēnā koutou katoa. E te miyaki a koutou ki te awhi, te tautoko te kaupapa o ngā Toheroa o Ōreti Beach o Murihiku. Ko Cyril Gilroy ahau, nau mai, haere mai. Kia ora. Whakatakahau ki te uru. Whakatakahau ki te tonga. Kia mā kirikina ki uta. Kia mā taratara ki tai. He hi aki ana te atakura. He tio, he huka, he hauhu, ti hei mauriora. When it was plentiful and people could go out there without any restrictions, we'd all go out there and have a net, some flounders, toheroas, you know, and sit out there and have a big feed and a fire going and enjoy the day. It was whānau day.
My first recollection is going down the beach and seeing these thousands of holes and digging them with my toes. We all used to get in the water, just up, we let the wave come in and you see the hole there and you can dig them with your toes and they were just down there and just pick them up like that. They're too far down for me, they're too cold. They are a long way down. Quite often they're just a little indentation in the sand and you go along and you stamp your foot like that and they pop up. Oh, not the toheroas, the hole, and you can see it. And it takes a bit of practice and you've got to know what you're looking for, really.
I'm not holding this for nothing. Just pretend that we put it back. During school holidays as a family we used to come down because Robin's mother and my mother are sisters. So it was quite an adventure to come down on the old express. But they used to love it, that family, the Bolter family, because they grew up with the stuff. I wonder what on earth were they going out digging these things for and so forth, but it was years and years before I actually ate the stuff. Even now I will eat it, but that food, but I'm not a lover of it how Robin and them all are, because I think the Southland people do love that sort of kai. But I do know how to cook it, so that's the main thing.
Oh, I loved them. We used to go down there on our horses and everything and just ride along and just hop off and dig them up and eat them just like that. Oh yeah, raw. Raw is beautiful. I don't want many people to know that. But yeah, just like that. And I still prefer them raw today.
But growing up in those days, and way back in the days, there's plenty of seafood, there's plenty of everything. Plenty of work for everybody, you know, everything was booming until we got to the restrictions on the quota system, and then they put a limit on the toheroas.
We're really concerned about the lack of recruitment into that fishery. There was a big die-off way back in 1993 when the fishery went from over 2 million that were over 100 mil in length down to 300,000 or 400,000. There was no disease or anything, but they didn't rule out starvation. And to me, I think that's what it is, because it's the same year you had the oysters were lacking food, titi were lacking food, all affected by the food chain. It starts with the plankton. And this is over 20 years later and it's still only recovered to close to 1 million. Really concerned that it's the effects of traffic on juveniles. It's the little ones that are just under the surface. There's concern about damage by motorbikes particularly when they do donuts on the beach. They're right where the young toheroa are, and pick them up and smash them. So yeah, we're really, really keen on trying to enhance that fishery by protecting the juveniles if we can.
Every place has its own Mahinga kai and its own cultural foods that they've had for years and years. You know, our Mahinga kai is very dear to us. Our Mahinga kai is not just fish and the sea and the things and the freshwater fish. It's all about the fauna, the whole lot. Since in the 90s, early 90s, the tangatiaki became in place from Ngāi Tahu. And tangatiaki are like a Ministry of Fisheries, and they're an iwi-related people that administer the fishing quota.
You come up to the runaka and they give you a permit, and it specifies what day you can go out, and how many you can get and who has to dig for them, and away you go. You get the right tide and away you go.
Some people abuse the permit system too. That's why I asked them the tide they're going out on, because of they're going out in the morning tide. It could be 2 tides in one day sometimes in summer. There could be a tide in 8:30 in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. It could be the same tide at 9 o'clock at night. Well, it's daylight in the summer. You still go out and get another feed, you see. So I put on the permit, I put the time so that they don't go out and use 2 tides.
At that open day in 1993, 20,000 people went out there, were allowed to take 5 each. And then a whole lot of toheroa ended up in the dump because people didn't know what to do with them. They went out and got them because they could. If you don't know what to do with them, clean them properly, terrible if they've got sand in them, so we don't like to see waste like that.
You get to the back of it there and you go right.
She said her knife was, it's as blunt as.
There's an art in cleaning them, there's an art in cooking them. And to clean them, I mean, when Europeans get toheroa, well, I'm not saying all Europeans, but a lot of them would cut the tongue off and just eat the tongue. Well, no, you eat the whole lot. That's why when you clean them, you clean the sand traps, and you let them soak overnight so they spit all the sand out. But you can clean them the same day and really clean them up and get all the sand out.
See, there's the sandbag.
And that's a lot of work. And then you've got to finish all that, soak them, clean them, wash them, and then you've got to mince them.
Well, I have only one recipe, just toheroa and onion, egg, flour, that's it. Yeah, a patty, that's it. A lot of people, like Marika will tell you that soup is her favourite, and she makes beautiful soup, but I don't like soup.
Yes, I do. I cook the soup. Robin does the patties mostly. Yeah.
Then you got to soak them so a little water run out of them, so they're not too soaked, not too mushy when you cook them and put them in the batter and all that sort of stuff. So they're nice and firm, you know, dry, and after you mince them, and then you cook them. I had a toheroa patty the other day, and it was so nice. It was just so nice and round, and the outside of it was crunchy.
Well, it's probably a little bit like any other shellfish, but it has its own distinct flavour.
It's got a taste all of its own. It really is, it's a lovely chowder. It really is, and that's what I'd refer to it as.
Yeah, well, the way I cook toheroa is the only way that I think is the right way. But
And it was crispy on the outside and soft and luxurious on the inside. Mouth-watering on the inside. So making you hungry.
We say, you know, it's of national importance, this beach. There's only about 4 beaches in the country that are suitable for toheroa. And there's only this one and the one at Dargaville that are seen to be in reasonable condition. If we just protect their habitat for those juveniles, that fishery can be quite huge. Yeah, you've got to put something back. You can't just take.